tensions within the Tripartite Alliance are expected to come under the spotlight at the ANC's NEC, which is taking place, the special NEC. At the heart of the talks are the SACP's decision to contest elections independently, raising questions about the future of the alliance. The meeting is also expected to reflect on the possible changes to the government of national unity and the political landscape which continues to shift. SABC News senior political reporter Samkelo Maseko is live to us outside that NEC. Samkelo, thank you very much indeed for joining us this morning. Quite a number of issues expected on the table. The upcoming local government elections, the SACP's contestation, and I guess how the ANC plans to move forward, or what its plan of action is ahead of the local government elections.
Well, Crisalda, the top of the agenda for this particular National Executive Committee meeting of the African National Congress is the state of local government. The president of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, will give the political overview report behind these closed doors when the meeting opens, and we will ultimately be let in to that particular session where he will speak extensively about the deficiencies that are currently there when it comes to the provision of services to the residents of municipalities in the country, and in particular metro municipalities. I did see the mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay. I also did see the mayor of Mangaung. I've yet to see the mayor of the city of Johannesburg, Dadamurero, and the mayor of eThekwini. That would be Cyril Xaba, but they will be extensively deliberating on the state of local government throughout the course of the weekend. That is the main thrust of why this National Executive Committee meeting was thus convened by the African National Congress. Other matters which pertains to the government of national unity, when it pertains to the SACP contesting elections, those will not be ventilated within this specific NEC meeting. Then on Monday, it will ultimately culminate in the roll call that will be done by the ANC's national chairperson, Gwede Mantashe, that will speak to the various ANC councillors across the country and giving them a command of where to go going forward. It is going to be a very lengthy and extensive National Executive Committee meeting, particularly looking at also the global forces that are currently there within the globe right now. We did see the Deputy President Paul Mashatile speaking at the Youth League conference, speaking about how President Donald Trump is trying to push regime change and that they will not go kneeling and begging to the United States of America. Those issues will also be ventilated within this National Executive Committee meeting, particularly in the political overview report in the state of the metros of Gauteng, the three metros, when it comes to the basic necessities such as street lights working, traffic lights working, water provision in areas, affluent areas such as Sandton, Bryanston, where a number of dignitaries will also be sleeping, and that will ultimately see a keen focus on Tshwane, on Ekurhuleni, and also on the city of Johannesburg when it comes to the preparations of the G20 summit later this year.
And Samkelo, in fact, on service delivery issues just this week, we saw quite a number of communities protesting over not having water for a couple of days, complaining about other basic needs that are supposed to be provided for these communities. I would expect that, as political parties, including the ANC, have these meetings, this is something that they would need to look at, because there seems to be a lot of discontent on the ground relating to some of the most basic services that need to be provided to communities.
Well, Crisalda, it is a bit difficult to hear you because you are a bit faint. All I can say is that I would assume that your question relates to the state of local government and the provision of basic services. For instance, if you go to Westbury this week, there was an issue of a protest when it came to water provision within that particular area. The mayor, Dadamurero, did speak about water tankers going into that area and at night switching off other parts of Gauteng in order to pump up and to push up the water levels in the reservoirs that provide water provision in areas such as Westbury. You do know that in Sandton as well, there's been a number of water provision issues. The bulk infrastructure within that particular area is dilapidated. It is old. You do need to have new pipelines that are going to pump water to those particular areas, build new reservoirs. There are some of the areas that are being ventilated in the specific National Executive Committee meeting. I am told that during the course of the week, the Premier of the province of Gauteng, Panyaza Lesufi, did have a meeting with the Department of Water and Sanitation led by Phemima Chodina and the various technocrats to try and find everlasting solutions to the water crisis that is currently there within the province of Gauteng, and in particular the municipality of the metro municipality of Johannesburg. You only go to other areas such as in KwaZulu-Natal. There was violent protest in Emondlo, in Vryheid, where those particular residents are complaining about load reduction that is currently taking place within the townships. The Minister of Electricity within the country, Dr. Khosiyanto Ramokgopa, has said that the immediate task now is to try and eradicate the issue of load reduction that is predominantly affecting your townships and your rural communities within the country. Those issues of basic services, issues of refuse collection in the metro municipality of Johannesburg. You do remember that the president, when he was engaging with the provincial executive of Gauteng and the metro municipality of Johannesburg, he did say that the city of Joburg is filthy and it needs to be cleaned. And it spoke about how he was driving to Soweto one day to Shawelo, and it felt as if he was driving through a torn, dark city. So you're seeing with the various work that is being done by the municipality to try and fix the street lights, to try and fix the over 600 traffic lights across 3 metro municipalities, Johannesburg, Ekurhuleni and Tshwane, that are not working in order to meet the deadline of the G20 summit.
Samkele Maseko, thank you very much indeed. We'll cross to you a little bit later on to get a sense of what is taking place there. But thank you very much for outlining some of the key issues that members of the ANC's NEC will be tackling.